Aloha, everyone, and welcome to week one, officially, of Awaken the Power Within, which we lovingly call APW 2.0 online. Actually, I taught 5 of these live in Colorado in 2009 into 2010. So 5 different sets. So we are here in the virtual world for 2.0 to begin. And what's interesting is I fast forwarded us because I know it's never going to be the same information, everyone. I just honor where that's at. I know we won't be going through the same info every time, that it will change. So last week, in our sneak peek week, I'm going to try to mute everybody. So, there we go. I got y'all. We're doing great. So if you guys are like, I remember us doing this in a different order, there is nothing but divine order. So it will be different this time. Additionally, we actually fast forwarded last week. We did It's Okay to Be Me and I Have Permission. And it's pretty divine because our topic this week is self-appreciation and self-love in the week of Valentine's Day, which for me is a very commercialized holiday. I believe every day we should love those we are around, those we are with, especially those we are in any type of a deep relationship with. That number one person being yourself. So if you can grab pen and paper, this will be posted in the group. It's a question sheet for those of you who love to have something to look at. Yet we're gonna play school teacher student for a minute, and I want you to all know that every moment of every day I continue to be a student of evolution, a student of life, a student of love, a student of peace. And here in Hawaii, a haumana, which is a student of the culture. So we're gonna do something so that we can really check in with ourselves. Life moves so quickly. There's so much. I don't know if the rest of your mouths are hanging open, but the date that it is in February just takes my neuro naps in my brain and blows them, because it was just November. And now I literally have to look. It's the 12th. Wow. It's moving quickly. Our days can be slow and our weeks can be short, and then our years can feel even shorter. So it's time. It is so time to appreciate yourself right where you are and right how you are, and also to love yourself. So the first thing I want you to do is, on a scale, 1 being low, 10 being high, I want you to scale your own self-appreciation. No one needs to see this number. This is just for you. Be really OEIO, which is truthfully honest. Do you seldom appreciate yourself, or do you often appreciate yourself? Most of us are probably really good at celebrating and appreciating others. So my guidance inside says the best practice would be, when you celebrate another, to take a moment and inside celebrate yourself. So when you tell someone else good job, stop and consider from your heart telling yourself good job. When you say something or someone or an experience is beautiful, you were there, you were in it, you witnessed it, and you participated energetically. Take a moment and tell yourself you're beautiful. There are some colloquialisms that are social conditioning that are in your highest and best to transcend. Guy wrote a message, and we're going there absolutely next. Guy, you're just ahead of the curve. You cannot love others if you do not love yourself first. Yeah, I agree. And that's what we're scaling next. On a scale of 1 being very low and 10 being ultimately where you want to be with you as far as loving yourself. Scale that between 1 and 10. Where are you at with self-love? So I look at self-love and self-appreciation a lot like a glass. This is full of lemon water. It's early here, right? So, you know, if we only have the glass full to here, that's how much we can share. But if your self-love is way down here and almost empty, it's very little to share from. I paid $5,000 to really embody that. Maybe it was 10. I want you all to embody it now. You know, it makes me giggle because what I remember the most about that 5-day training was sitting in a van being told if my cup was empty, I couldn't share. So for all of you givers first, which is everyone in this space, fill up your cup. We're going to talk about some ways to increase self-love. And I already gave you one really great practical way of increasing self-appreciation. And that is to appreciate yourself after you've appreciated something outside of you. It's an inside appreciation next. I'm going to shine the light on what often reduces our self-love and self-appreciation, and that's our judger or inner critic. One way to really work effectively with this is to personify it. Name it. It could be critical Kelly. It could be judging Jonathan. If you personify the personality, it's easier to have a conversation with it. It's also easier to turn off its volume. So you put it in an energetic space where it is. So if this is judging Jonathan, and that's whose voice I hear when I'm judging myself, I say, I take your volume away, and I imagine turning the volume knob for that voice to off and hear it click. Powerful, powerful, so simple. I am going to, for the next 13 weeks, give you some of the most simple things that you've ever heard. If you are willing and they resonate with you and you apply them in your life, I know with all that I am, and I feel that you will awaken deeper to the power within you. That is the goal of this. This is really an evolutionary course. This is a course to wake you into more and more of who you are and allow you to be in the actualization, one of my favorite words, of your glory. So you've got a number for where you are at the beginning of the week and the end of the week with self-appreciation or appreciating yourself and self-love. Personify those voices that hold you down and hold you back, especially around self-love and appreciation. And then have conversations. I have a friend, and Michelle actually is a lifetime member of this, and she calls them the mean girls. It's really amazing when they're quiet. I had personified much of it as my mom. And when I took her off my inner council, my table of 12, and I took away her voice, it was easier inside me. On the worksheet that'll be in the group, there's the questions like, what and whom do you feel judged by? What do you appreciate about your personality, your soul, your body, and your life? So these are just awareness questions. We're going to spend our time together working on some more practicality. So there's a connection between your throat chakra and your second chakra, your power center, your sexual center, your creativity center, as far as creative action. So you've got those two centers and they're connected, very connected. A huge meditation that I had this weekend that I'll bring into some 5D work personified that. And then I showed up in Kundalini Yoga. The teacher's like, and your throat and second chakra connection. And I'm like, of course, she's going to confirm that. What I want to shine a light on is when we have our throat shut down, which happens for many of us naturally, because we've had our second chakra shut down. So if your creativity, if you used to be an artist, this is my quantum forgiveness flame that I painted this weekend while I sang to anything that was on the radio station I had on. So if you have had your creativity shut down, your sexual center shut down, whether that be from abuse, from guilt, from shame, from conditioning, what good girls and good boys do and what they don't do, how they should and shouldn't feel. One of the biggest shutdowns of that second chakra is shouldn't. My Kumu Maggie Connor's dad, Malcolm, used to say, stop shouldn't on yourself. It stinks in here. He's from Massachusetts. Probably helps him be snarky like that. So that second chakra shutdown in connection with the throat shutdown is a disempower, me and my not words, but it's one of the most disempowering things that happen to us that we then continue to escalate. So we understand that your throat is speaking your truth. It's also hearing your guidance. People have asked me, Jade, my goodness, how do you hear your inner guidance so well? How do you hear your spirit team from within so well? I've worked on my throat chakra and my second chakra. And it has resulted in really clear audience. Getting your higher information. Your throat shut down, you shut down the back side of your throat chakra. Here is where your higher information that doesn't have to go through your mental plane and to the same level comes through. I know when I'm upgrading this because there's pain on my occipital bone and neck pain. This is just energetic, everyone. No medical advice is given, but if you're dealing with a lot back here, you've got to loosen that up. You've got to open that. One of the easiest ways to open it is golden light, counterclockwise, release. Left, release. You think about the vowels in the words left, release, right in, the I and the E. Release, left, in, right. Okay, if we're working with energy, we're taking it counterclockwise, left, we're releasing it. If you feel, if you go left with your left hand, you'll just feel yourself get bigger. Your whole field increases. You need to increase your auric field. And then if you're bringing something in, you bring it in to the right. Pretty amazing what happens when we work with energy. Golden light. I highly recommend that you work with, and we used to work a lot with white light. White light is beautiful. It is also full of massive amounts of spiritual data. And if you're working on healing something, you probably don't need massive amounts of spiritual data. You might need golden healing light. So you can combine them. I know a lot of people that use a swirl of white inside their golden light. That works. However it comes in for you. I really encourage all of you to do this your way. I'm the suggester. I'm the channel to open some different things up and support you in living your life your way. So this solar plexus, right? That the creativity, for most of us, it's what brings us joy. You know, no matter what it is, drying flowers, standing on our head, you know. Sexuality and that second chakra are not just for procreation, lovemaking. They're also for evolution and energy and movement and ascension. And a lot of the shutdown, when the second and the throat chakra together are really shut off or shut down or restricted in any way, we have a disengagement that happens in our physical plane experience. So if you're feeling a major disengagement, check in with how your throat and your second chakra are feeling. So I want to give you a reminder of the Ujjayi breath, from the main breath that's used in yogic practices. In fact, I'll post a video in our group with someone doing the Ujjayi breath, but that's where you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. But like when we're making a ha breath and we open the back of our throat, you do that with your mouth closed and breathe out your nose. So it's breathe in your nose, open the throat, breathe out your nose. It opens this and it fills up your second chakra. So you feel it opening the back of your throat, and you feel the air going down, literally, to right below your belly button. This is a great way to build your personal energy field. We have to create stronger subtle anatomy, which is our unseen energy bubbles that has many levels, so that we can really traverse through life in a greater capacity, in an easier way. It's almost like we've got this beautiful protective energetic bubble, and we can bounce when situations happen because we've got that little rubberiness of that bigger energy field. Some of us come in with great big energy fields that are strong, and then they get marred in life experience. Some people come in with fields that are less strong, and this is mainly because of lineage and what that lineage has been through. There's no judgment, no blame. It just is. So it's building that. So the Ujjayi breath builds that. The reason they use it in physical world yoga is because people can do things longer when they're building power inside. You can use this for so many beautiful things. So that one works on both the second and the first. And you can do a little meditating with your hand on your throat and your hand on your second chakra. And I would encourage you to do it this week sometime whenever it feels right, front and back. Make sure you put your hands on the back of the second chakra, in the back of the neck, back of the throat, a little bit higher, make sure. So you've got your occipital bone. It's very interesting to feel that. And the third step in that meditation I would do is putting my hands on my heart and really just appreciating all that that second and that fifth chakras have done for me in my life to date. Like all of the work that has been done through those energy centers, those energy wheels. Because when you go from here to here, you're going from your sympathetic nervous system to your parasympathetic nervous system. Your heart is part of your parasympathetic set of chakras. Your heart, your crown, and your root. This is important. It's important because they are out of the mental swirls and the emotional twirls. Okay? So hands on your heart will get you centered. For those of you who are like, I can't get centered, hands on your heart. It'll bring you into your present moment. All right, we're going to do a quick exercise from Donna Eden's energy medicine. This is a good way to engage that second chakra energy and also to pull activate your fifth more by working with your sixth. So 3 fingers in your brow, middle finger in your belly button, and it's called a hookup. You just pull down on the forehead and you pull up on the belly button. If you allow yourself to pull down and pull up, you'll feel an engagement. You'll feel an energy run between the two. Good job, everybody. This is a great one when you sit down to meditate. If you have a mind that does the swirly twirlies and starts making the grocery list and the to-dos of the day, because it brings you inside. So when we did the challenge, I reminded you of the romantic vowels, right? Chanting is one of the best ways to work with your throat there is. I know where my throat chakra is at by the way I sound when I tone, no matter what I'm toning. So the simplest tones are the vowels. They work well beyond just the sound of them, right? They're a resonance. Resonance connects into other resonances. So one of the best ways to work and connect into that throat chakra energy is to chant the vowels. And you can do them one at a time. Ah. You can do that as many times as it feels appropriate. I would breathe normally. After a couple, you bring in a lot more oxygen than some of you are used to. If chanting in a group appeals to you, I do on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock Pacific time with Stephanie and some other beautiful bright lights that have joined us, Jeanette, and everyone's welcome. We do a chanting circle where we bring in chants from Lemuria, from different traditions. It's really fun and it's a great way to work on the voice. I notice a difference in my chanting in just a couple weeks of taking the time to be willing to work on my resonant self. Because when we really do, I started studying ancient Hawaiian Huna in 2005. And so 13 years ago, and all my kumu, my teacher wanted me to do was chant. And I resisted chanting so much in my life. And I'm like, really? You didn't want to evolve, Jade? You know, it is what it is. I did it in the timing that was right for me, so you will do it in the timing that is right for you. I want to give you a quick story about changing meaning. So we're talking about self-love and self-appreciation this week. And we have all different ways that we work on this. Like you just heard me saying I didn't do something in the past, I would have been a lot more deprecating. You know, I would have really beat myself up for not having chanted for as many years as I could have with some real magical energy that I have access to. Yet at this point, I accept what I didn't do. Do you know what? When you just accept, you'll hear me say acceptance. It has got to be the Thousand Island dressing of evolution. Thousand Island dressing being the secret sauce everyone at McDonald's. I remember hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. Special orders don't upset us. All we ask is that you let service your way. And then it was, you know, they tell you special sauce. And I went to work at McDonald's for 2 weeks when I was 18 years old. And I was like, this is Thousand Island dressing. So as simple as Thousand Island dressing is the secret sauce in cooking, from my perception in this moment, and I could be wrong, but for me personally, for sure, acceptance has been the secret sauce that allows so much of the rearview mirror looking to stop. That's such a great metaphor, looking in the rearview mirror on what we could have, should have, would have done, what if-ing ourselves, when really we're here. We don't have eyes in the back of our head physically. I know we energetically do. Yet we don't physically, so we might as well allow ourselves to have a widened view of what is and be in it and accept, because then all the resistance falls away. So for a couple weeks, just recently, my jeans were my enemy. I didn't want to put my jeans on. I didn't want to see where my tuchus had gotten, okay? And this morning I heard, hi, you're going to talk about self-love and self-appreciation. Put on your jeans. And I put on my jeans. And I went, well, jeans, I love you, and aren't you helpful? I see where I'm working on my root chakra, where other things have shifted. And now my jeans are my friend. So I literally changed the meaning. So before, jeans were my measure. They were my accountability. They had all this power. I had these power jeans. They're flipping lead jeans. What? Get my foot up in the air. They're just lead jeans. But I made them something, right? We do this with things. And the reason I want you to look at that is because you've made things mean things that are unhelpful. How about you make them mean things that are helpful? We are meaning-making machines. Gee, you just make me giggle every day. Jeans or jeans. Yes, darling. My denim pants is what I'm talking about. But you're absolutely right. I'm sure I have blamed my DNA and my genetics for other things. Yes. So, yeah. Gee always keeps me on my toes. You wondered that for a few minutes. Oh, that's awesome, Cheryl. Everybody just ask. Yeah, I meant my pants. The mantra this week, and you'll see, is I love and approve of myself. Some of you have heard the story where, well, gosh, 2001 or 2002, I got a set of CDs from the PhD Shad Helmstetter, because his book was called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. And I literally wanted to pull the CDs out of my blue Astro van I drove at the time, running my roofing company, and throw them out on Highway 36, because I couldn't hear one more time. I was good. I was worthy. I was loved. I was appreciated. I literally, so any of you who this is tough for, I empathize. And at the level I can, I understand, because it was so brutal on me. The good news is we've all evolved in the past 17 years. And, you know, I love and approve of myself, hands over the heart, because you drop that, you drop away the thoughts and the feelings. And I love and approve of myself. 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 Allow yourself to say that out loud. Saying that out loud gives you, especially your inner child, that support, that confirmation, that validation, and that respect. I want to share one more thing. This is a action-packed topic this week. It feels like, because we really must be beyond the thought level of loving and improving ourselves, we have to take it. We don't have to. You can choose to. Take it to an embodiment. So the last one is doing a figure eight with your hips while you say, I love and approve of myself. Even if you're sitting, you can even sway back and forth, but if you can stand up and do a figure eight with your hips, I love and approve of myself. I love and approve. Bending your knees makes doing the figure eight easier. I'll give you a hula tip. Your knees are bent. It's easier. Move your hips. And this is another way to work with the brain, right? We're crossing, yeah. Hands over the heart and moving the hips. We can really make it go. Well done. Love it. I love and approve of myself. This is an embodiment. And that's really what we're all here to do, everybody. If you're sitting at work and your coworkers might think you're a little crazy, it's up to you. You can imagine it. But if you can, sometime each day, take a little bit of time. And the other trick for the figure eight is to bend the knee when you're coming forward a little more. There we go. Awesome. The sacrum likes that. Anybody else notice how your sacrum likes that? My sacrum likes that a lot. All right. So there is our topic and our awareness, the awareness around where you're at with self-appreciation and self-love, loving and approving of yourself, loving and accepting of yourself, loving and appreciating yourself. Any words that really resonate with you, use those. And I encourage you, if any of them bring you cause, like if you feel like that one doesn't work, use it twice as much. I love and appreciate myself. I love and approve of myself. I love and value myself. You've got this. This is our awareness of where we are at, so that we can truly accept it and then allow the blooming to happen, because that's natural. The opening of the lotus that we are is actually a natural occurrence. Right after we take the cellophane of conditioning off. So, bright blessings of aloha, everybody. Thank you all who could make it live. This is fun. I love seeing where we have more than one line at the top when we're going. There's I think there's close to 40 of us here now, but timing, is always special. So tomorrow is question and answer, and we'll talk about the goddess energy with us this week. We have a really cool stone, and I'm super excited about the animal. Awesome, Daksha. I'll make sure and I'll tag you in the post. So yeah, we're we're doing, we do it on Zoom like this, and we do our best to have the words. It's a blast. I sit with my feet on Mount Shasta Serpentine here on the rock of Hawaii. So yeah. Oh yeah. All right. All right, everybody. Bright blessings. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Interact in the group. Stephanie Schmidt, I'll get it to you too, honey. Good job, everybody. All right. Hui ho.